everyone. I'm Sonja Crystal Williams, and welcome to our first episode of the newly relaunched podcast, 10-Minute Marketing. So let's dig in and talk about the purpose of this podcast. I wanted to record a special episode as we launch to really talk through some things related to running a business, the purpose of this podcast, and what you can expect to hear in upcoming episodes. So there's this saying in business, and that saying you've probably heard before: people do business with who they know, like, and trust. And I created this podcast out of a desire to really help entrepreneurs. Doesn't have to necessarily be the entrepreneur that is in news headlines and known globally, but every day, each and every one of us as a business owner, whether you're working with small businesses, mid-size, or if you are running that large corporation, we all have an impact that we make to our clients, to our customers. And most of us are doing it because we have a commitment of wanting to do well for those people and excel at what we do personally. But how do you grow that business, right? And it goes back to that saying, people do business with who they know, like, and trust. And when you are on the heels of growing a business, and it doesn't matter whether that growth is coming 1 year in of owning that business, 5 years in, 10 years in, 20 years in, we always have to find ways to constantly build and create strong connections with the clients and customers that we want to have. So as you listen to upcoming episodes of this podcast, I do a lot of interviews as well as take on some coaching opportunities with clients and people I know to really dig into getting into the bones of, like, how do you grow a business and how do you use different marketing methods or online marketing methods to be really, really effective at it. As you listen to some of the interviews that I've done over the past 30 to 45 days, you're going to hear some common threads. And these are business owners all over the world, different walks of life, different experiences, totally different types of business. But you're going to hear some common threads in things that these successful business owners have been doing to grow their business. Some of them new, some of them having the business for a while. And no matter what stage they're in, there are some things that every business owner tends to have in common. On some of the live coaching calls I do, I want you to listen for an opportunity to see yourself in the business owners that I do deep dives with, and really exploring what's going on where maybe they hit plateaus with their marketing, or they just recognize, I'm not doing this. What could I be doing better? And how can we help them come across or come along the way with next steps to make it even better? So 10-Minute Marketing is all about peeking behind the curtain with different businesses and really exploring how are they getting more people to know, like, and trust them. And in this case, we're doing it through marketing. In some cases, it's through offline marketing, traditional face-to-face communication. And in some cases, it's with online marketing, using today's most popular social networks, using email campaigns, maybe getting your messaging right on your website. What are the things that really, really build into that? And I want you to think about that even as it relates to your own business. What am I doing today systematically? What am I doing today on purpose, purposefully, that's leading to growth in my business? And sometimes it's not you, right, always doing that work. You might have a team in place that's helping you, whether that's an assistant, whether that's a VA, whether you've brought on someone in-house and hired them, or hired out to an agency to help support you and your marketing endeavors. Whatever that looks like, what's most important is that you think about, how do I approach this effectively? And if you're listening to this podcast, what can I learn from other business owners that are doing the same things that I want to do, and they're doing it successfully? What can I pick up and learn from them along the way? So you're going to hear a lot of different points of view. You're going to hear a lot of different circumstances on how people have developed and grown their business throughout the years. And all of these interviews are meant to be short and sweet. for you to take away something or walk away with new knowledge that can be applied based on what you've learned and what you've gained. So I'd like to invite you to join me and take a listen to 10-Minute Marketing. I hope you enjoy the episodes. If you are listening through social media, if you're listening through YouTube, be sure to drop a comment. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, share with a friend, share these stories, share these journeys that these business owners are having and experiencing, and talk about it. Talk about it with a friend, especially if you're a business owner. Find a circle of other business owners to have these conversations with that will help you continue to put yourself in a position to successfully grow your business. So I want to thank you for listening to the first episode. I hope that you'll get a ton out of this. Thanks again. And until next time, we'll see you then.